What is up, Facebook? What is up, YouTube? And the reason I always say what is up, YouTube is because I already know it's going to end up on YouTube anyway. Don't really give a fuck. I already know dumbasses are going to try to pick it apart and do all this other shit. But as you guys can tell by the title, I know a lot of people have been wondering, what am I doing with the Shadokai brand and name, and like, what's going on? Because we're hearing this, we're hearing that, we're hearing that you don't own it, but really you have all the proof to show it. Like, what's going on? Well, let me tell you what's going on. Marty's brother John and the trolls like William have been trying to steal everything I create to make sure that I remain penniless. Why? Because they don't want me to make any kind of money. That's all it is. They don't want me to make any kind of money. Why? Because they want me to be homeless. They don't want me to have any financial income so that I can't eventually buy my own house, buy my own car. You know, they don't want that for me. They want me homeless so they can take a gun to my head when no one's looking and blow my brains out and nobody will think twice about it. But that's not going to happen. You see, they tried to send me a letter the other day saying that they were Nintendo and they had all the right info except for one minor slight mistake on their part. See, Nintendo headquarters of the US is out in Washington. Out in Redmond, Washington. Which is where they said the letter was from. But yet, if you look at the envelope, it says it's from Miami, Florida. Which tells me they are full of fucking shit on that. Plus, I spoke with Alexandra herself. And she, in fact, confirmed that the letter was bogus. So yes, I, Chance Wilkins, am the sole owner of the Shadokai brand and name. Now, I know I said that I was working on, an anime style series for it. Well, that ended up having to be put on the back burner. Because I decided to take Shadokai in a whole different direction that I never thought possible. And I'm not going to say what that direction is just yet. But just know that it is going to be taken in a whole different direction. And like I said, the reason why these people want to steal from me is so that, like I said, I can remain homeless. Because they don't want me making any income. See, these trolls want one thing: chaos. They want disorder. They want destruction. And when they target somebody, let me tell you what. But I have been working closely with a couple of friends of mine on, let's just say, it is going to be, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to tell you all about it since I'm almost done with the project anyway. Actually, no, never mind. I'm going to keep that hush. Never mind. But I am going to say this. That the direction I am taking it, you guys are going to love. There's going to be merch. There's going to be hats, hoodies, shirts, you name it. Because I have been speaking with a few companies on the side, thanks to a very good friend of mine, And shit's in the works. I've already got mock-ups of everything. I got mock-ups of the toys. I already know what everything's going to look like when it's done. So I'm super stoked. So yes, don't think that just because I stopped working on Shadokai that it's not in the works. It currently is. It's just I've been taking a break and figuring out what other direction I could take it. And I spoke with a few very, very close friends of mine and everything like that. And I started thinking about it. And they were like, hey, have you ever thought about doing this before taking it into an anime series? Have you thought about actually taking it in, this direction? And I sat back and I thought about it. And I was like, you know what? That's actually a good idea. Why don't we try that? And so we did said thing. And so far, it's looking good. So far, it is looking really, really good. I'm loving the way it's going. The direction and the style of everything is looking perfect. So yes, to those wondering, am I the sole owner of Shadokai? Yes, I am. It's just these idiots out here want to try to steal what's mine because they feel I don't deserve anything. They feel that I don't deserve to make an income, that I don't deserve to make money, that I don't deserve to live in peace and be able to live my life outside of the bullshit. But let me tell you, all day today, not once have I thought about these morons. You know what I've done all day? Work on my stuff. I've worked on the Shadokai series. I even did a gaming video. Hung out with friends. Watched a movie. Which is something I haven't done in a long time, honestly. So, I've not once thought about these idiots. No, I'm not thinking about them right now. I'm only bringing up the rumors and dispelling said rumors. I am merely dispelling the rumors, and you guys can take it how you want. You can say whatever you want. But at the end of the day, y'all's opinions don't mean shit. And dude, if you want to know what rumors, go back and watch the beginning of the video. But like I said, to all my supporters and all my friends out there that do want to see me do well in life, that do want to see me pop off and do great shit, that's in the works, my man. I can promise y'all that right now. Things are looking great. Things are not looking down. And people want to sit there and say, well, you think about them all the time. Actually, no, I don't. All I think about is my future because the trolls, they're in my past. Fuck my past. They're in the past and they can stay in the past. And anybody that wants to try to bring it up, well, guess what? I'm not going to acknowledge you or anything you say. Because all trolls are just that. They are part of my past. They can stay in the past. They are not a part of who I am evolving into. They're not a part of my future. They are not a part of what I am doing currently. So yes, I have acknowledged that I have dealt with trolls in the past. I have overcome that shit. I have survived that shit. And now I'm moving on and rebuilding my life to what I want it to be. And instead of looking at how many years I've lost, I'm looking at those years of hell that I went through and what I've survived. Because I have survived a lot. More than most would ever be able to handle. And I know a lot of the people out there that call themselves trolls are gonna be all pissed off and angry and mad and, oh, you're not getting rid of us. Watch me. You guys ain't even a fucking blip in my rearview mirror at this point, dude. Because like I said, I'm on the road to success. I'm not looking back on my past, and I am no longer going to be held back by my past. And if that offends you, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm moving on and doing me. And if you don't like that, oh well, get out of my shit, get out of my page, and go do something else. But the trolls are no longer a part of my life. They never will be a part of my life ever again. Because all I see when I see negative comments, I see people that are angry with their own lives. I see people that aren't doing anything for themselves other than sitting on a computer and talking shit about a stranger that they don't know in real life. That's all I see. And that's sad. If you want to do something about your life, do something to change it. And I'll give you a great tip for starting out. How about you get off the fucking internet and get a job? You know, do other shit other than post negative comments. Because when you post negative shit on my page especially, that exposes me to being able to see how weak and vulnerable you really are. That shows me how sick in the mind you guys really are. Because see, trolling is not just a fad. It's not just a thing people do. No, it is a literal mental sickness. It is literally a mental illness. And I will not go after the mentally weak. I will not go after the mentally ill. I don't do that shit. John, William, every single troll out there, Mass Troll Mafia, they are all mentally ill. And I will not go after mentally sick individuals. And if you don't believe me that trolling is actually being considered a mental illness, you can look it up. It actually is being diagnosed currently, or is in the process of being diagnosed as a mental illness. Because you have to be pretty fucked up in the head to do such things to somebody. So no, I am not going to attack. I am not going to fire back. If I see a negative comment, I'm going to treat that person as if they are a very sick individual, and I'm going to pray for them. And I pray for them to get better and to not be sick. And that they get the help that they need, because they do need help. They are sick in the head. It is a mental illness. Because it takes somebody very sick in the mind and very disgusting with this illness to be able to sit down and invest that much time and energy into fucking with somebody that they don't know in real life. So like I said, my main focus is myself, my friends, my family, and my future. And right now, my future is looking pretty damn good. And for all you guys that are in my comments commenting bad shit even now, I pray for your well-being. I pray for you to get better. I pray that you get rid of the sickness that your mind has been plagued with. I pray that you get the help that you need. I pray that you eventually come to terms with that sickness and realize that what you're doing is wrong and that you don't need to be doing it. And I hope and pray to God that you get the help that you actually need. Because no one deserves to be sick. No one deserves to be ill. Whether it's physical or mental. Anybody that does trolling like what I've dealt with is clearly sick. They are clearly mentally ill. They have no business being on the internet. If anything, they need to be getting help. They need to put their time and effort into other things in life. Just as I am doing. I am working on my Shadokai series. I'm working on that project full time, along with hanging out with my friends, working on other pieces of artwork, working on promo videos for the Shadokai site that I'm working on, working on, different projects, working on gameplay videos, doing different challenges for gaming videos that I never knew were a thing that I now know are a thing that I've been currently doing and partaking in. Therefore, the trolls have no room in my life anymore. They only think they do, but really they don't. So, in essence, am I the sole owner of Shadokai? Yes, I am. I started it 12 years ago. I've showed it in many videos in the past. I've showed many videos where I've proven that I am the sole owner of that. And I've explained why these people want to take it from me. And I am not going to let that happen. I am going to continue working on my series. I am going to continue to be doing what needs to be done. And if anybody has any questions about where it's headed, once I get this first step of the project done, if y'all have any questions about where it's headed and what I'm doing, let me know. Ask away. But if you're going to be a troll about it, I'm not going to answer you. Matter of fact, let's turn the comments off. Oh, and from now on any of my Facebook videos, if I see a negative comment, I am going to remove it. And I am going to report you, and I am going to block you. Because I have no space. I have no room and no time for negative people. 2025 and 2026, or I should say the end of 2025, and all of 2026 are going to be my years for being successful and doing what I want to do in my life. I have begun a new chapter in my life, and I'm not letting some lip-dick twinkle toes looking motherfuckers that are mentally sick and mentally ill ruin that for me. It's not going to happen. So therefore, if you're a troll and I see you talking shit, you're going to get removed. Because I have no time for the sick. But as I remove you from my list and I remove you from my comments, I am going to say a prayer for you. I am going to say a prayer in hopes that you guys get well. In hopes that you guys get better. Because you guys are mentally sick. You are mentally ill. And honestly, I feel bad for you. And I hope that you guys get the help that you truly and genuinely need. Now, with that being said, I got to get back to work. Because I'm a little under the quarter of the way done with what I'm doing. So I got to get back to work. So yeah, Shadokai is still underway. I am the owner. I have all the stuff to prove it. And I mean all the stuff to prove it. And if anybody has any questions and you're not a troll and you genuinely want to know, what's going on as soon as I'm done with the project, and as soon as it's out there, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Ask away. I'll be more than happy to answer them. But I will not be answering any more questions about it until the project is complete. So with that being said, y'all, I got to get back to work. I got work to do. I'm probably going to end up sleeping in the morning, which is totally fine. All good. But yeah. The letter was false that they sent out from Nintendo. As I said, I spoke with Alexandra herself. That letter was fake. It was indeed false. The letter was sent from Miami, which is not where they would have sent it from. I spoke to her, I explained everything, and like I said, these guys are now probably going to be going after. Because they did a lot, they committed a lot of crimes in doing what they did. So right now, it's out of my hands. It's in Nintendo's hands. They're going to be dealing with these guys. So now I can focus on doing my stuff. I can focus back on doing my job. And yeah. So with that being said, love you guys. See you guys in the morning. To the trolls, I hope and pray that you get well. I hope that you get the help that you need. And yeah, I will see you guys later.